There's been spirited debate about Austin Butler's unrecognizable appearance as Dune, Part 2 villain Feyd Rautha, but his look is a major improvement over the 1984 original. Dune is one of the most influential pieces of sci-fi writing of the 20th century, so it's hard to underline how disappointed readers were by David Lynch's adaptation. The director's take on Frank Herbert's source material may have been ambiguous and visually sumptuous, but it made far too many trims to the book and its story and pacing were a mess. Denis Villeneuve's Dune split the book in two, with the first half receiving critical and commercial success in 2021. The upcoming Dune, Part 2 will pick up with Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides as he seeks revenge against House Harkonnen, and fulfills his destiny. Austin Butler has joined the cast as Feyd Rautha, the nephew of the vile Baron Harkonnen, Stellan Skarsgård. Feyd Rautha is a major character in Herbert's novel and the Lynch movie, but he was held back for the sequel since there was little room for him in the 2021 original. Austin Butler's Feyd Rautha design is way better than Sting's. Sting's Feyd Rautha design robbed the character of menace. For context, Feyd Rautha is being groomed by Baron Harkonnen to become the ruler of Arrakis, and to Feyd Rautha's mind, he's the hero of the story. The character's journey is similar to Paul's, though being from House Harkonnen, he's obviously way more brutal and immoral. There has been some controversy over Butler's severe look in Dune, Part 2, with the actor being hard to recognize under so many layers of makeup. His appearance is not only in keeping with the character's heritage, but Butler's look is so much cooler than Sting's Feyd Rautha from Lynch's Dune. Sting is introduced in the 1984 movie in some winged underpants and a shock of red hair. While the musician might be a charismatic figure, it was rather hard to take him seriously as a terrifying warrior in his leather jumpsuit. Not only does the design dial back on Butler's natural good looks, it allows the actor to focus on bringing out the character's inner rage and savagery. Butler's Feyd Rautha makes sense, despite the criticism. Austin Butler smiling as Feyd Rautha in Dune, Part 2. One element of the criticism Butler's Feyd Rautha design has received seems to overlook is that it makes complete sense for the character to look that way. He's visually in line with the Baron or Dave Bautista's Glossu Rabban, not to mention the other inhabitants of Harkonnen homeworld, GD Prime. Instead of the campy design selected for Sting's version, Feyd Rautha feels part of the visual aesthetic of Villeneuve's Dune and doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. Outlets might complain about Butler's unrecognizable appearance in Dune, Part 2, but it's easy to predict those observations will die away once the actual film arrives. Not only does it give the actor the chance to play a character who is the total opposite of Elvis, but he also feels like an actual threat to franchise hero, Paul. In the Lynch film, the winner of the climactic knife fight between Paul and Feyd Rautha was predictable. In Dune, Part 2, the outcome doesn't feel so certain.